Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phillips Arena for the second annual Paul Troncalli Memorial Atllanta Amateur Hockey League U.S. versus Canada game. We've got quite a game here for you today. I'm Bob Furr. I'll be your play-by-play man. With me, of course, is Zach Vitry, going to be doing the color commentary. Zach, it's been quite a week leading up to the game this week. A lot of guys out there on the ice play together on teams in the league, and now they find themselves staring at each other from opposite sides of the 49th parallel. What do you think we can expect from today's game?
That's right, Bob. A lot of excitement in the air today. The countries are ready. The fans are ready, and most certainly the city is ready. And I talked to actually some Phillips officials today, Bob. They're expecting a WNBA type of crowd here today, so you can be on the lookout for that. Most importantly, though, the teams and the players are ready. I spent all week with the players in the locker room, and on both sides, they felt like it came down to one thing, and that was going to decide the game, and that was who scored the most goals.
Yeah, I think we can count on that. I think at the end of the day, when this game is over, the team that has scored the most goals will definitely be the winner. So we've probably got 14,000 people here. So far, with the game still a few minutes away, we're outdrawing the Thrashers. Absolutely. So that's a good start right there. Looks to be a little bit of a pro-Canadian crowd, Zach, but you and I, both well-known American hockey players, nobody's going to have to worry about any bias from us. Is that correct?
That's right, Bob. Even though we're both American, our journalistic integrity is not going to allow us to sway the game one way or another. We're going to call it right down the middle, both for the Americans and the socialist wussies.
That is correct. So we're just about to get underway. I'm Bob Furr. This is Zach Vitry. We'll take it down on the ice for the God Bless America Network. Let's get to the game. All right, let's go.
All right, thanks. Thank you.
All right, have fun. Good job. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Phillips Arena for the second annual Atllanta Amateur Hockey League United States versus Canada game. In just a few minutes, we'll get underway here with our national anthems and our starting lineups. I want to thank everyone for coming. As you know, this game is played in honor of our fallen teammate, Paul Troncalli, and we want to thank everyone here who bought a ticket for the game, because all that money is going to help raise money for the education of his children. So give yourselves a big hand for helping out with this worthy cause. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the starting lineup for visiting Team Canada. At center, number 4, Mark Waddell. At left wing, number 27, Lance Haynes. On right wing, number 9, Brad Morton. On defense, number 2, Brian King. And on right defense, number 44, Chris Doogie Duggan. And now the starting lineup for the Americans. At left wing, number 34, terrible Tim Tom Conti. At number 16, Matt Nichols. At number 6, Luke, I am your father, Smith. Number 22, the captain, Pete Farone. And number 27 on right defense, someone whose first name I have suddenly forgotten, Rob Skiba. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please rise and gentlemen, remove your hats and join us in welcoming Jacqueline Palmer, who will sing the Canadian national anthem.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all our sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee.
Excellent job. Thank you very much.
And now to honor America, please welcome Tom LaBarge. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Let's get ready to rumble! Today's game will consist of 3 25-minute runtime periods with 5-minute stop time in the third period. If tied at the end of regulation, we will go to a shootout. Let's get underway. It's the battle of the 49th parallel, U.S. versus Canada. Test. All right, Zach, here we are. We're just about to get underway here. Canada is going to be moving left to right as we face the ice here. The starting lineups are out there. We're looking at Waddell, Haynes, and Morton facing off against Conti, Nichols, and Smith. In goal for the Americans, Brad Laporte, and in goal for the Americans, Gadoshian. Forgot both the goalies in the introductions there. They're not going to be happy with that. Verone takes the corner on the near side, throws it across the middle, tries to hit. Oh, Luke gets upended. No penalty on the call. Yeah, you'd like to see a call on that early on. Nichols circs behind the net. Oh, Laporte and Nichols getting into it a little bit with the stick. And now here come the Canadians breaking out. Far side pass, but it's picked off by Smith. Smith circles back, looking for help, tries to keep it at the center line, throws it ahead to Nichols. Nichols comes in, manages to get around King. Nichols with a shot, just outside. Conti controls it on the far side boards, gets it behind, and Nichols pass in front, miss it, comes back to the point. This is going to be number 27. That's Skiba. Skiba with a shot, and Laporte holds on. There's going to be our first face-off. So physical right off the bat, Zach.
Yeah, high intensity, and I'd say that was the save of the day so far.
It was. I'll tell you what, it is definitely the best save we've seen so far. So with us in the booth right now, Derek Benning. Derek playing music between periods, though strangely not doing it now.
I don't know what's up with Derek.
Between stoppages there. So here's the face-off, off to the near side. Here's a shot! Controlled by Laporte, goes to the outside. Here they come up the ice now. This is number 16. That's going to be, bear with me as I get the names right. That was Morgan. Morgan can't turn it outside, comes back in. Americans putting pressure on. Now this is their second line of Nitschke, Lopez, and Napo. Number 18 for the Canadians now controlling it. That's going to be Hamilton. Brad Hamilton loses in front to Napo. Laporte has to make a save. Puck's going to come out to the outside. This is Clifford with a shot. Clifford breaks it up, and now the Canadians trying to break it out. They can't do it. That's number 3. Corky trying to control it, but he can't quite get it. Americans, all Americans so far in this game.
Looks like they got 8 guys out there, Bob.
It really does. Okay, Napo put into the boards there hard. That was going to be number 3. Corky Corky putting him up there, and now the Canadians finally break out. Canadians throw it along the boards, but again, the Americans are there. Comes back to, this is Clifford. Clifford feeds it up ahead to Napo. Napo now gets it picked off by number 6. That's going to be Duncan. Greg Duncan tries to bring it out of zone, and both teams will take a change. Puck dumped into the American zone. Number 16 for the Canadians manages. That's Morgan. Goes behind the net where it's picked up by Clifford. He's pressured there by number 5 on the Canadians. That's going to be Young. Donnie Young, a last minute. We lost a
big
player.
Hit by
a big
Whelan.
hit there. Whelan getting out of it. You know, we talked to the rest before the game, Zach. They said they were going to let him go a little bit.
Yeah, they certainly are. High intensity, very physical out there. Part of the reason I didn't play in this game because I was expecting a high physical aspect of it. Just Brad Kogut.
Kogut carries in, puts a good shot on Laporte. Laporte has to steer it aside. Kogut's still with it. Kogut looking for help. Kogut circles around. Kogut gets it out to the point. Here's a shot by number 5. That's the defenseman Alexander getting it in there. Alexander still controlling. Alexander throws it in front. Oh, and a whiff on that. What a great chance for McGrath, but he couldn't close the door. Comes to the outside now. Stepping in with it is number 20. That's going to be Galecki. Galecki tries to get a shot, but can't. Lots of Americans just swarming all around. Comes out to the outside now. This is going to be Alexander. Alexander tries to feed it over, but it's picked off by Young. Young brings it up ahead. Young gets it out to Seed. Marty Seed, the captain of Team Canada, throws it in on the net, throws it out behind, and now the Canadians control behind the net. That's Young. He's a plucker down in the deep zone. He's well known for that, for breaking up plays and getting the puck loose. Here's a big shot from the point, and Godosian has to hold on.
Very high intensity, fast pace here to start the game off there, Bob.
So far, so good. Looks a little bit sided toward the Americans so far, but, you know, I got to say, one of the advantages the Americans have in this game is you've got 8 Federals from the Atllanta Amateur Hockey League on here. Some of these guys are already used to playing together. Team Canada doesn't have that advantage.
That's right, Bob. Can't really factor that in, what kind of advantage that gives us.
Conti now chasing it. Chasing back to get it now is number 20. That's Galecki. Galecki playing well so far. Comes along the boards. That's number 4 putting pressure on him there. That's going to be Waddell. Waddell probably their strongest player on the ice right now. Here comes Nichols. Nichols leads the Americans in the zone. He's got Conti in front. Here's the shot back. Oh, big save line Laporte. Puts it to the outside. Now Nichols takes it into the far side corner. Nichols comes around, gets it to Conti. Conti looking out to the point. Feeds it back here. Here's a big shot by number 27. Help me with the name, Jack. Oh, Skiba. I got a block on Skiba. A lot of physical play there on the boards. Really working hard to try to get the puck.
Conti's got one shot here, and here it is.
Hits the post. He hit the post.
Oh, what happened there? We're going to have to go to Toronto on that one,
Boy,
Bob.
we'd like to see the replay on that, huh?
Sure would, Bob. That looked like it went in from here.
Let's see if we're going to get a replay on that. It sure did look in. Here comes the shot by Conti. Conti comes across the front. He takes the shot.
Holy
hard to tell.
crap.
Looks like he might have got the post there.
I've never seen Conti put it more than 1 foot off the ice. What got into him there? It looks like he had a seizure, Bob.
Oh, he did hit the post. Absolutely. Yeah, that is strange for Conti. Nichols loses the face-off, goes back behind the net to the Canadians. They feed it up along the near side boards. There to control it is going to be Haynes. Haynes gets it picked off by Smith. Smith comes in with Luke and Smith with the shot. Big save by Laporte. Still loose in front. Conti stepping in, but managing to clear it away is going to be number 2, King.
Tell you, Bob, Luke Smith looks sharp tonight.
Yep, you knew he was going to come on strong. He's been up for this game all week. Here's Verone, the captain, leading out. You know Verone's been looking for this big breakout. Right on top of him there is Morgan, trying to break him in. A lot of scouting reports going back and forth. They know what Verone likes to do. Conti gets it back behind the net to Verone. Broken up there nicely by, is that Corky or King? Yeah, King gets it up there.
Aaron King.
Comes on the outside now. Here come the Canadians. That's Morgan leading the charge. He just dumps it in. Back behind the net is Nichols. Boy, we're calling Matt Nichols' name an awful lot when he's on the ice on both ends.
He is all over the place, Bob. One of the best two-way centers in adult beer league in Georgia.
Sure. Clifford throws it up. Oh, and that was a dangerous path to Tony Lopez. Now, there's an interesting story right there with Tony Lopez. A lot of controversy about his citizenship. A lot of people saying that, you know, why is there a Mexican playing in this game?
That's right, Bob. There was a controversy swirling this week. Questions about his green card or whether he was a real resident. A lot of going back and forth on that. And Team USA just decided to take a chance on Tony Lopez today.
Puck comes back to the Canadians now. It's controlled back there by Hamilton. Hamilton throws it over to his partner. It looks like they've made a change on their defensive pairings because that's Hamilton out there now playing with Corky.
Already changing it up for Team Canada.
Napo's got his line. He feeds it back to Nishki. Nishki with a shot, saved by Laporte. So far, both goalies looking pretty strong.
Absolutely.
So we've got
tell you what, Bob, going back to the Tony Lopez case, did not help his case today that he showed up to the game in a van full of 15 other people in terms of trying to make sure that he's American.
That is true, and there was a lot of fleeing. Like when Lopez got out, there seemed to be some confusion when they heard the word Federals.
Yep.
And when they heard the word Federals, everybody started to run. So we got to wonder about that.
That's right, something to keep your eye on, Bob.
Clifford feeds it over to Whelan. Now, Whelan at the game today, that was surprising. A lot of question about whether he'd be able to answer the bell. Here comes Napo. Napo tries to feed it over. Here's a shot. Oh, and a big save by Laporte. Laporte gets the glove up there. A beautiful save. That got the Canadian fans excited, and now here come the Canadians. Chasing it in is Morgan. There's another. another name that we're calling a lot. Morgan behind the net. He's getting chased by Whelan, get picked off by Lopez. Out in front, dangerous play, but Nitschke's there to clean up the miss. Except his name is Nitschke, I just learned. Here's now a shot. Oh, and that's going to look bad on the videotape. Was that Donnie Young?
I believe that was.
That was Donnie Young. You know, Donnie Young almost didn't make the team. As Herb Brooks' dad said to him in 1960, looks like Coach caught the right player.
Hey, what a surprise. Great point, Bob.
Back around the net is Surma, Darren Surma now. First time we've called his name, probably because we just couldn't figure out what number he was. Here comes up the puck now, feeds it ahead, tries to get a pass, but it's picked off there by the defense. That's going to be number
Jared
5
Morelli.
again. That's going to be That's going to be for he's Canadian. That's That's Alexander.
Looks American from here, Bob.
Another save there by Laporte. You know, Laporte looks scared. Anytime the puck comes near him, it looks like he just wants to get the face-off and not have to rely on his own goaltending skills, but rather rely on the face-off skills of his opponents.
Tell you what, Bobby, he does look a little nervous on the easy shots, but he sure is handling the tough ones here today.
This is Brad, do-it-yourself. Kogut takes the face-off, but he manages a pass-off. It might have been an accident, but it did look like a pass. Here's a big shot by the point, and it's picked off by the Canadians. They tried the breakout pass. Marty Seed can't control it. Circling now behind the net, that's Galecki. Galecki tries to throw it ahead, but it gets it picked off. Oh, that could have been a costly mistake, but fortunately there to clean up the mess is Stewart.
Hell of a
Stewart
slash
circles
trip
behind
there.
his net. Stewart feeds it over now. Stewart feeds it over to his partner Alexander. Alexander comes up. Here's Kogut. Kogut with a pass in front. Here he goes on another save by Laporte.
Oh!
And again, Laporte flirting with disaster there. Made the save, but then started backing up.
Wow, what a pass. You never see Kogut make a dish like that. If something must have got into him there. But again, another guy I was talking about this week, Brad Kogut. Talked about a lot and went to Culver Military Academy where he grew up playing hockey and actually started off as a figure skater, Bob, and parents sent him over to Culver, tried to turn him into more of an ice hockey player, which seems to be pretty successful.
Yeah, a lot of people would probably disagree with you that. A lot of people would probably say he should have stuck with the toe pick because, you know, the nice is, yeah, if you get involved in doubles in figure skating, that's going to be an issue. But at least if you're a singles figure skater, you know, there's no one to complain about not passing you the puck.
That's true. His feminine ability and also his selfish attitude are definitely two things that make him a great figure skater.
Terrible Tom Conti tries to get a point. There's a chance now. Haynes chasing down the Americans, feeds it over to Verone. Skiba gets it over to Verone. Now Verone breaks out. He looks for a breakout pass. Can't find it. Gets picked off by Nichols. Nichols tries to get it over there, but there is Chris Duggan. Now, Chris Duggan, there's another interesting story. The first man, now we've seen this in men's league hockey. Just a second, though. Here comes Smith. Smith looking for the pass over. He shoots. He scores! Oh, Luke, I am your father, Smith. And guess what? Now Brad Laporte's thinking, who's my daddy? What a great goal by Luke Smith. I got to tell you, I thought he was going to pass there, but no, he took it home.
Yeah, it was a great goal by Luke Smith. A lot of guys would have tried to make a pass in that case, and he took the alleyway and buried it, Bob. 5-hole. Yeah, somebody dished it up to him on the 2-on-1.
Now the Canadians.
Uh-oh, this line is looking tough.
Nichols,
Number one line for Team
But
USA.
he's a chance. Conti tries to backfeed it in. Back behind the net is Duggan. Duggan muscled off the puck by Nichols. That's what you
Penalty
get.
coming up, Bob.
Oh, penalty going to be on the Americans.
I think it's on Team Canada, actually, Bob.
The Americans that are Canadians now living in Atlanta.
I knew what you meant, Bob.
The Americans' goal, number 6, Luke Smith. Assisted by number 34, terrible Tom Conti. Zach, would you do the play-by-play while I try to fix
Absolutely.
something?
Just me here, folks. Oh, outstanding icing there by Owen Corky. I tell you, if you're looking for an icing here, you need to get team captain from Canada, Marty Seed, out there on the ice. Guy is a terrific icer of the puck, and the other thing he's good at there is calling timeouts. That's some of the feedback from the Canadian locker room. So you can tell they have a lot of confidence in their captain when they're saying those are his two best abilities out there on the ice, Bob.
Absolutely, Zach, and let me take this opportunity to thank you for making me look so good with the play-by-play. Now moving up the ice here is number 88. This is Lopez. Lopez, the Mexican, looks to get it out in front. Can't find anyone to pass it to. Throws it over to the corner to Napo. Napo gets it back to the point to Clifford. Clifford feeds it back in. This is back to Napo. Napo now behind the net over to Lopez. Lopez can't control it, and the Canadians are right on him. That's Hamilton. Hamilton chases him down, but Whelan controls. Whelan tries to pass in front, gets it behind the net. Behind the net there is going to be somebody. Oh, that's Nitschke. Nitschke gets it back over to Napo. Napo looking for help. He's muscled off the puck there by Donnie Young. correction, that couldn't have possibly been Donnie Young. It was Greg Duncan. A ridiculous mistake there that Donnie Young would muscle somebody off the puck. Now here comes out. Here's a shot in by 21. Oh, and that was a little bit scary, but he didn't quite get wood on it. Chasing it is Lopez. Lopez muscled off the puck by Wiseman. Chasing it out behind the net now is the Canadians. Wiseman tries to feed it ahead and does clear the zone.
Tell you, Bob.
13:08 left here to play in the first period.
I'll tell you what, Bob, that number 6 on Team Canada, Greg Duncan, number 6, sure is skating slow today. Is that a speedometer on his back, or is that his jersey number, Bob?
That is a good question. He is a little bit older and a little bit frail. Here's a chance by the Canadians. Nice drop pass to number 10. Here's the shot. Oh, and Ryan Dahl got a great shot off, but it just goes wide. Now here come the Canadians and the Americans. This is number 6. This is Smith. Smith tries to look for the pass. Feeds it over back to the defense to Verone. Verone feeds it over on the near side to Skiba. Skiba back down to Conti. Conti looking for someone. Brings it back to Skiba. Americans using the puck very well in the power play. Verone over to the middle. Here's Conti with a chance. Conti with the shot and a glove save by Laporte.
Man, there's that feared forehand shot by Conti. Getting up to upwards of 25, 30 miles an hour at points there, Bob. Brad Laporte just had to be crapping himself on that one.
But, there's another great example of these teammates playing against each other as Skiba feeds the puck over to Verone. Verone now tries to control it. Verone looking for an outlet pass. He gets into trouble there. That's going to be Morgan, muscles him off the puck. Nichols comes to clean up the mess. Nichols now looking for help. Gets it over to Skiba. Skiba looking back. He's got Verone, doesn't see him. Throws it all the way over to Conti. Now Conti does see Verone. Verone with the shot just wide. Here's a rebound by Smith. Smith can't get it. He feeds it out to the back. Here's Verone's going to have another chance. Verone walks it in. Verone shoots just wide. Comes back now. This is Skiba. Americans doing a great job on this power play. Comes around the outside. Conti controls. Conti comes back behind the net is Nichols. Nichols now is trying to muscle with it. Great power behind the net is Nichols. One of the most physical players in the league. Nichols now circles back into the deep side corner. Feeds back behind Conti. Conti now looking out front. Conti with the centering try. Can't. Nicely broken up there by number 23. That's going to be Darren Surma. Throws around behind the net there. Chasing it down is number 10, Daw. Ryan Daw feeds it up along the boards, but Smith is there. Smith can't control it. It's picked up, cleans up the mess there is Surma. Surma feeds it ahead. The Canadians try to break out, but there is Skiba. Conti loses the puck, and now number 4, this is Waddell. He's their big threat. Waddell coming on, 3-on-3. Waddell breaks in, tries that toe drag. Rebound. Oh, wide open net. Just couldn't close the door.
I was rooting for it.
Here's trouble the other way. This is going to be number 9 breaking down the ice. That's going to be McGrath. McGrath gets it in front, broken up beautifully by Chris Duggan, number 44. Duggan behind the net, throws it a length of the ice. Great play there by number 5. That's going to be Alexander to keep it in. Walking it in now. Here's a shot. Great pad save. Shot by Stewart. Great pad save by Laporte. Comes around behind the net now. Number 9, that's going to be the American McGrath. McGrath throws it around. Loose around the puck. It's going to come back to the point here. Stepping in to pick it up is Alexander. Alexander gets behind the net on the near side. Comes around the outside. Here's Kogut. Kogut looking for help up front. Can't do it. Beautifully broken up there by, looks like it might have been Waddell. Nope, Duggan making that play there. God, how could I mistake those two? One of them's like a kid and the other's like 60 years old. Okay, pass goes to the outside now. This is going to be number 4, that's Stewart throwing it in behind the net. And here on the far side, picking it up is going to be number 44, Duggan. Duggan pressured by Galecki. Throws it out. Here's a breakout chance for the Canadians. Number 9 breaking in. That's going to be, here's a shot. Gadoshin in front. Oh, and a big save by Gadoshin. A great opportunity there by Morton. Still loose in front. Another chance. Still loose in front. Puck's loose and finally cleared out. And what a great play by Andy Gadoshin.
What a sequence, Bob. So you see some of that speed out there. It's interesting to note 2 healthy scratches this evening from Team USA, Brian Valente and Ryan Birmingham. Had a little issue a couple weeks ago. Both are scratches this week. Got in a little tiff on the bench at a Federals game a few weeks ago. Both healthy scratches, or I'm sorry, not healthy scratches. Both out with hurt feelings, Bob.
Oh, that's a tragedy. And both those guys, they're like twins. If one has hurt feelings, the other will soon follow.
Well, yep, they kind of are at each other's wits' end here, but I'm sure they'll make up in no time and have great make-up hockey, Bob.
Corky keeps it in for the Canadians. He gets it over to Duncan. Duncan trying to break it out. Looks like he might be picking up some speed, but now he's got it in front there. Nice play there. Tried to pick it off, and now here comes Clifford. Clifford throws it over, picked up by Whelan. Whelan feeds it up ahead there to Lopez. Lopez gets a body there. Got a nice hip check. No call on the play. Circling behind is Duncan. Duncan feeds it up the near side boards to Wiseman. Wiseman throws it up ahead to Morgan. Morgan now breaking in. Here comes Morgan. Morgan takes a shot, and Gadoshian gets the glove save on it. 8:52 left to play in the first period. 1-0 USA.
Bob, you talked about it earlier, but a lot of talk this week about Dan Whelan and his liver. Some concerns on the Team USA on whether or not he's going to have suffer any liver failure, whether his liver is going to shut down on him during the game, and a lot of his teammates didn't seem too concerned.
Well, that's because a lot of his teammates don't believe that he has a liver. I mean, I think that's the thing is, I mean, you really have to have a healthy liver to have liver concerns, and I think his is pretty much petrified quite some time ago.
Absolutely, Bob. And a lot of rumors swirling whether he doesn't have a liver, may have a baboon's liver. They've actually got an extra liver on the bench, on ice right now in case something does happen to said liver. But anyway, not a concern, but definitely one of those things that got spread around the media this week.
Donnie Young feeds it ahead, but it's picked off by Clifford. Clifford up gets a Napo. Napo tries to tip it back to Lopez, but loses it. Now here comes Whelan and his liver. Whelan comes across the blue line, tries to go on the inside. He's turned aside by number 5. Please, no laughing in the booth. Loose in front now, and here come the Canadians breaking out. This is Marty Seed. Marty Seed throws around. Conti steps around Seed. Here comes Terrible Tom Conti with that long reach. He feeds it over to Whelan. You know, those two don't like each other much, but they will pass the puck if absolutely necessary. Great play there by Donnie Young to break up a dangerous play by Napo, but Nichols is there to clean up the mess. Donnie all over the ice, gets swept out. Loose puck in front. Hit the post! Oh, that was a dangerous moment for the Canadians. That moment was about as scary for the Canadians as their healthcare system.
Absolutely, Bob. Great point.
Thrown up by Smith now. Smith gets it over. Smith looking for help. He feeds it up to number 5. That's Alexander. Alexander across the line. Here comes Smith again looking for goal number 2. Great defensive play there. What was that? King with, and it's a goal! Goal for the Americans, and it's 2-0 USA. Matt Nichols congratulated by his teammates. It seemed like it was just a matter of time.
Absolutely. Matt Nichols, he's one of the true finishers out there, and you leave him the slot wide open like that, and he's going to bury the puck. Matt Nichols, don't know too much about him. Played hockey with him a few times.
Oh, here's a chance for the Canadians. He steps in, he shoots. Oh, and a big save by Gadosian. 2 big saves by Gadosian to keep the Americans in the game. Comes around the outside now. This is going to be number 9 here. Brings it around the outside. I think that was Morton. Morton loose in front. Gadosian has to cover up.
Nichols, though, truly one of the best finishers out there and on the ice, and great guy from what I hear. I had a chance to talk to him in the locker room before, and he's actually got 236 Facebook friends, Bob, and childhood idol is Larry from the Three Stooges. So,
The American goal number 16, Matt Nichols, unassisted on the play.
There's a chance. Conti over on the far side to pick it up. Conti feeds it up ahead to Nichols. This line has been dynamite for the Americans. Nichols now comes in, tries to walk around. Duggan does, but it goes wide to the outside. Getting the body up on him is King. Puck is loose behind. Tries to feed it over to Conti. Conti looking for help. Here's a shot just wide. What a great play by the Americans. Waddell now looking to try to break it out, but he's stopped there by Skiba. Skiba brings it in, plays onside. Skiba walks it in, feeds it over to Conti. Conti throws it in front. Loose puck across the crease. Over into the corner go the Canadians. This is Waddell trying to break it out. Waddell now comes across the blue line. Nice move there on Conti. A little bit of a lazy play there by Conti. Here's Waddell with the toe drag. Shoots it just wide. There's that latent laziness of Tim Conti, perhaps causing us some problems. But Conti makes a good pass to Kogan. Kogan with a shot loose in front. And clearly Brad Laporte, out of fear, kicks the net off the moorings.
No surprise to see a shot there from Kogan on a 3-on-2, huh, Bob?
Absolutely not, and I think it was actually a 4-on-2, and in fact it might have been a 6-on-2 because the entire team had been taking a break, and now we finally start to hear the USA chant going up from the crowd. Face-off on the near side. This is Kogut going to be taking the face-off. He's faced off against, I can't quite make out the number from here. I guess that's going to be... no idea. Anyway, comes around the outside now, trying to put the body on his Kogut. Comes along the outside. There to chase him off is Morgan. Shot in front, broken up by number 18. That's Brad Hamilton. Hamilton, the captain of Team Auto, throws it up to number 17, Gary Wiseman. Wiseman gets it out. Now Wiseman's got a chance. Wiseman does a nice move to skate around. Here comes Wiseman inside. Wiseman looking for help. Can't find it. Loose puck in front. Picked up and cleaned up by Whelan. Canadians have another chance. Going around behind the net there is Morgan. Morgan racing in to get the play now is number 17, Wiseman. Wiseman all over the ice on this shift. Wiseman's got the puck again. Wiseman takes a nice shot, but Gadosian is there. Comes to the outside, the far side now. This is number 3, Corky. Canadians looking good on this shift. Number 6 throws it out. That's going to be, might have been Morgan put that out there. And now finally the Canadians come the other way. McGrath feeds it over to... There's a chance in front. Here's more. McGrath with a shot. McGrath with a big save. And Laporte makes the save. Hey, we got a real treat here, Zach. Joining us in the booth, Don Waddell, the president of the Atlanta Thrashers. Don, what do you think so far of what you see?
Well, I like the action for Team USA right now. Their goaltenders made some 3 or 4 critical saves, and one ended up making a big save and going down the other end and scoring. So right now, I think he's your MVP.
Great, Don. Hey, little confusion a couple years ago. I know you acquired your nephew down here, and there's confusion. I think he thought maybe he was coming to play for the Thrashers, ended up playing a little beer league. Any thoughts on that? What happened there?
Well, Mark tries out there, and he's a good player, but didn't quite have enough to play for us. But I noticed on the second goal that Team USA scored, it was kind of his man that he lost there in front of the net. So I'm going to make sure he won't forget that one whenever I talked to him after the game about his play today.
Great call, Don.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, Don.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, that's an interesting story about Mark Waddell. Mark Waddell actually born in the United States, but the rules softened that if you were conceived by Canadians, that you'd be allowed to play in the game as well. So back to the live action here. Now the Canadians have a chance. This is number 23. That's going to be yeah, that was great. Surma throws it out, kept in there by number 3. That's going to be Corky. The USA chant goes up from the crowd. Lopez throws it around behind the net now to Galecki. Galecki looking to pass it up. Galecki gets it up to Lopez. Lopez can't hold on. There to meet the play there is going to be Corky. Corky dumps it back, and that play is going to be offsides. 2:25 left to play in the period here. So far, it's been all USA. And this would be the part where the color commentary chimes in with some color commentary.
Yeah, it's Don put it best, I think. Team USA just dominant out there. I think the Canadians, if anything, they just need to play a lot better, Bob.
Yep. As we said before the game, the team that scores the most goals is going to win. And right now, the Americans have scored the most goals. So if the game ended right now, Zach, I think it's safe to say the Americans would win the game.
Well put, Bob.
Going to have a face-off with 1:48. Again, we've got run time here, so it's 3 25-minute run time periods. Last 5 minutes is stop time.
There's Jarrett Morelli back there on defense. He's, you can tell different guys' styles out there, and Jarrett's a real roller hockey style player, Bob? And by roller hockey, I mean he looks like he's actually wearing roller skates out there on the ice.
Lopez with a shot towards Skiba. Skiba gets a shot, but Laporte easily controls it. Now, this is going to be an interesting. Don Waddell, while he was in the booth talking to us about the goaltending situation, remember, we're going to see a different goaltender for Team USA in the second period, Teddy Height from Thompson O'Brien, and Teddy Height's not going to have a chance to warm up before that second period. That could be a factor.
Great point, and you heard it from Don as well. That could really change the momentum of the game when you got a goaltender playing as well.
Skiba over to Verone. Verone with a big shot. He scores! Pete Verone! Zach, you know he was looking for that one. What a great blistering point.
Yeah, you got to know that made his year. Another note on Pete. Good to see there was rumors he's got that blue helmet as in red, white, and blue, Bob. There was rumors for the first time in 25 years he was going to get a new helmet before the game tonight. So good to see that he didn't do that.
Zach, also Pete, a police officer, threatening to set up roadblocks around the Canadians after the tailgate party tonight. So it might be good for the Canadians to lose this game.
Well put, Bob. Pete, he's a leader for the Americans on the ice, obviously. He's their quarterback out there. Here we go, a little chance from Team USA. Miss wide.
Absolutely, another chance. Boy, the Canadians are going to have to do something. Here's Waddell.
22-28, so Lopez. But I think it was from Skiba.
Verone throws it back behind the net. Skiba takes it up along the outside. Skiba tries to feed Nichols. Nichols can't control. That's picked off by King. King throws it up ahead to Morton. Morton brings it in. Morton in the near side corner. Morton looks to throw it out front. He's got Duggan. Duggan's got a big shot. Duggan winds up. He shoots just wide.
2-on-0. Hurry up. Oh.
And that's going to be the end.
It was 27. Skiba who passed it, but Lopez got enough to draw. So
The Americans' goal, number 22, the captain, Pete Verone, assisted by number 27, Rob Skiba. At the end of first period, it's 3-0 USA. So, Zach, here we are between periods now. What do you think about what we've seen so far?
A lot of good action back and forth, high intensity, even a little physical out there for a non-checking game. And I got to say, I did think this was going to be a checking game, or else I would have tried out, Bob. So a little disappointing, but.
Let's talk about that a little bit, Zach. There's been a lot of questions about why you're not playing in this game. Some people think the general manager of Team USA was looking to put the best team on the ice and not necessarily the best players.
My elbow. I hurt my elbow, Bob. I hurt my elbow.
Now, let's talk about another interesting story in this game in that Chris Duggan, okay? Now, we've seen men's league players take seasons off for the purposes of, say, we've just had a baby or my wife's about to have a baby. This is the first time we've seen a men's league player take a season off to try to conceive a baby. What do you think's going on there?
Really uncharted grounds, Bob. I tried to talk to Chris before the game, and he really denied to have any comment about it. Maybe I'm not sure what to say. You hate to imply anything there about Chris. Great guy, hell of a hockey player, but don't know what's going on there, Bob.
Getting some good replays here. There's that last play there. You see Nichols working behind the net, get some great shots here, and there's that great chance that the Americans had there toward the end. So we'll now be looking at the Canadians going right to left, Americans going right to left as we start the second period.
Stand up, guys. Excuse me.
Pockets up, Bob.
Excuse me. Hello. Hello.
Honey, you're in the picture.
Don't
Jump up.
Here we go, right here.
mix up on the face-off, getting a water bottle back to the goalie now.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming out, Don. Opening face-off now, the second period. Matt Nichols facing off against Greg Duncan. Duncan wins the face-off, but Nichols picks it off. Tries to throw it to Conti. Conti didn't see it. This is Duncan. Duncan feeds it up ahead to Wiseman. Those guys are teammates on Thompson O'Brien. Wiseman shoots, hits the side of the net. Now that's Wiseman shooting on the new American goalie. That's Ted Height, also goalie for Thompson O'Brien. Loose puck in front, and now it's going to be a penalty on the Americans.
Interesting note about Gary Wiseman. Played with him a few years ago. He actually, after the game, wears boxers in the shower.
Now, what do you think that's about? I mean, there's a lot of speculation as to why he might do that.
About, again, not trying
Let's
to...
remember this is a family broadcast.
That's right. That's boxer-friendly, Bob. Looks like a trip from here.
Face off now to the far side of Teddy Height, controlled by Smith. Smith throws it up ahead. This is picked to Conti. Conti and Smith. Smith is making a run for it. Conti looking to pass it over to him. Here's the pass. Oh, and Smith can't control it. Puck comes to the far side now. Smith and Wiseman getting into a little bit. Now Conti controls at center ice. He brings it back to the defense. American penalty number 16. 2 minutes for tripping. Matt Nichols. This is Duggan now. Duggan tries to circle it back. Canadians really need to capitalize here. Duggan gets a shot but can't do it. Nobody on that far side point to try to control it. King's got to circle back. King now feeds it along his own blue line. Conti pressures. Good kill so far for the Americans. This is Waddell. Waddell gets it up ahead to Haynes. Haynes feeds it back to Waddell. Here's a centering try. Can't quite get his stick on it. Is number 9, Morton. Now the Canadians come back. Americans going to make a change. Puck goes all the way back down to the end of the zone, and back there to get it is Brad Hamilton. Hamilton comes out from behind the net, feeds it up along the ice to Waddell. Waddell now feeds it up ahead to Lance Haynes. Lance Haynes trying to control it. Feeds it back. There's a nice pass to Waddell. Waddell couldn't quite see it, and it comes back unable to be controlled. Is number 13 on Team Canada, which I don't seem to... Oh, Marty Seed, the captain.
Chance by Verone here, Bob.
Here comes Verone. Verone walks in shorthanded. Big save by Brad Laporte. You know, there's an example of teammates playing against teammates. Of course, Pete Verone, defenseman for the Federals. Brad Laporte, goaltender for the Federals. No secrets there between the two.
Nope, know each other like the back of each other's hands, Bob. Shower together, play together all the time.
Waddell facing off against Kogut. Waddell won the faceoff, but it came back to Verone. Verone throws it in. Kogut made a nice block to not let that goal go in. Kogut now feeds it up along the far side boards. He drops it back to Galecki. Galecki looking for help. Galecki throws it on net, steered aside by Laporte. Kogut is there, though. Kogut loses the puck, comes over to Hamilton. Hamilton looking up ahead. Hamilton gets it to Haynes. Broken up there, though, by the defenseman, Pete Verone. Pete Verone now circling around is going to be Skiba. Skiba's and there's a hit from behind from Marty.
Glucky. He can dangle. Glucky can dangle.
Saw that. Here comes Glucky. Glucky throws it loose, puck in front. Going to be controlled there by number 18. That's going to be Brad Hamilton. Hamilton gets it over to Waddell. Waddell comes in on Verone. Verone tries to break it up. There's that toe drag. Nice dropping pass. Here's a shot. Big save by Teddy. Rebound again. Loose puck in front. Controlled there by the Canadians. This is number 3 over in the corner, Corky. Corky brings it back to Hamilton. Hamilton tries to go over to Waddell. Waddell will have a shot. Waddell shoots. Big save by Teddy Height, the American. 21:43 left here to play in the second period. 3-0 Team USA. Canadians hanging with them, but so far, got to say the balance is going to be tipped toward the Americans.
Absolutely. Still very American-friendly here, this game, the pace of this game. You got to worry. Concerns before the game about a venereal breakout in the Canadian locker room, and you wonder if that's really gotten to some of the players' heads.
Coming up with it now along the near sides is Corky. Corky tries to break it up. This is Donnie Young. Donnie Young puts him into the boards. No, I'm not going to comment on that, Zach. Skiba throws it around the outside. I'm sorry, that was Napo. Napo tries to feed it back. Back to the point there for the Americans is Alexander. Alexander dumps it in, fed up fed up ahead now to the far side. That's going to be Daw. Is that Daw? I don't know. It might have been Daw. It was Daw. Daw throws it over, loose puck. That's going to be number 3, Corky. Corky tries to dump it in. The Americans control. Here comes Napo up the near side. Napo takes a hit, and that's going to be a penalty and a half. Napo's going to get the tripping call. Goalie comes out for the Americans. Extra skated for the Americans, but the Canadians manage to tip it in.
You got 2 number 3s. Jared's also wearing 3. That's why you keep saying that.
There's our mix-up. So really, Corky getting twice the credit that he should, and Morley getting none of the credit that he should, because they're both wearing number 3. But you know what? If I'm Jarrett Morley, I like that situation.
Yeah, in your defense, Bob, neither one of them deserve much credit at all this far.
Who was that?
The penalty for Team Canada, one of their number 3s, Owen Corky, 2 minutes for tripping.
Tell you, Owen Corky's one heck of a player.
Oh, loose puck in front for Ted Height. Ted Height's got to steer it aside. This is going to be brought out by the Americans now. This is bringing it up as Stewart. Stewart comes across to Napo. Napo tries to come in by himself, can't do it. Keeping the puck in, though, is going to be number 5. That's Alexander. Alexander dumps it ahead. Here's Napo again. Napo pressured by Duggan. Duggan with a nice move to take that puck away. He throws it out to help kill the penalty. 19:43 left to play. No idea left in the penalty. Don't have a clock, but it's going to be somewhere between 0 and 2 minutes.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more, Bob.
Some trouble down there on the American bench. Crowd reacting to it. Not quite sure what happened. Puck goes behind the net to Height. Height now steers it up ahead. Whelan back there inside the red line. Whelan looking to throw it ahead. Whelan feeds it over to Smith. Smith, Nichols, and Conti now. They've been the big line for the Americans. Smith drops it back to Conti. Conti tries to throw it back into the middle of nowhere and does. Now this is going to be controlled. Puck comes along the outside. Teddy Height comes out to control to help kill off the penalty. Teddy Height now. Dan Whelan comes back to help. Whelan circles behind the net. He tries to set the play up. No, it's not. It's men's league hockey. What am I talking about? This is number 16, Nichols. Nichols throws it over to Clifford. Clifford kicks it up ahead to Conti. Conti sees Clifford. Loose puck in front. Great play there by King to break it up for the Canadians, and they dump it down the ice for an icing. 18:47 left to play, and somewhere between 2 and no minutes left in the penalty. Here comes Nichols. Nichols might have a lane. Nichols has Conti with him. Oh, and a great defensive play there by Brad Hamilton to skate Nichols off the puck. Kept in by Clifford. Here might be a break for the Americans. Oh, but Waddell can't quite get the handle on it.
He looked a little slow there.
He did look a little bit slow there. Guy's got some great moves and some great speed. Here's Conti. Conti with a chance. Conti with a nice between the leg pass to Luke. Luke puts it in. What a great save by Laporte.
Great play. Gotta wonder. Did it look a little slow? You wonder if the line chases are affecting the team? It just doesn't look like Team Canada's playing very smart right now, Bob. And, that stems down from the leadership. Marty Seed, haven't seen him on the ice much, but there was concerns about leadership smarts, and talked to Marty Seed before the game, and had some Canadian trivia for him, Bob, and asked him what the capital of Ontario was, and he said the O. So got to be some concerns around Marty Seed and whether Team Canada is playing as smart as their leader.
Here's a loose puck by the Americans. They've got a chance. Trying to feed him off. It is Marty now right there. Comes back to the point. This is Skiba. Skiba over to Verone. Verone walks in. Verone, oh, and a great tip try. Number 17, Kogan. Oh, what a great play by Kogan.
Nice play.
Great save by Laporte. Both teams now back to full strength. Face-off is going to be far side. Just outside. Brad Laporte comes back to Verone. Verone tries to circle. A great play there by the Canadian. That's number 17. Number 27, rather, that was Haynes. Great play by Haynes, but back there to clean up the mess is Skiba. Skiba throws it along the boards, and here's going to be a chance for Kogut, but Kogut loses it in his skates. Kogut now still trying to control. He's pressured by Seed. Seed and Kogut fighting it out. Now Galecki in on the mix, and now here comes Waddell. Waddell comes in alone. 2 men to beat. Waddell trying to circle back and does. Waddell looking for help. He's got to bring it out of the zone, brings it back to Seed. Seed almost loses the puck to Kogut and then does lose it to Verone. Gets it over to Galecki. Galecki coming in. He's got help. Galecki with a shot steered aside by Laporte. Puck comes to the far side. That's going to be number 27 now. Breaking out for the Canadians, that's Haynes. Chasing it down deep is Morton, but that's going to be an icing. 16:40 left to play in the second period. 3-0 for the United States.
Bob, it continues to be all American here in this game, and you just got to wonder what Team Canada's got here left in the tank.
But, I got to say this, Zach, no matter what happens in this game, the Canadians can still leave with their heads held high. They are always going to be number one at being just north of the United States.
That's correct, Bob. Great point.
Face-off taken by Nitschke. Nitschke throws it back behind the net there. It's controlled. That's number 23, Surma. Surma is battled by Napo. Surma gets it out to Duncan. Duncan throws it over to the far side. Coming up now is the Canadians.
That's Chris Morgan.
Chris Morgan. Morgan gets a tip shot. Teddy Height steers it aside. Puck comes to the far side now. This is Lopez. Lopez, the Mexican, feeds it over to number 4. That's going to be Alexander. I'm sorry, check that. That's going to be Stewart. Stewart comes back now. This is Notchke, whatever his name is. Let's call him Notchke. Notchke feeds it over to Napo. Napo can't control. Napo pressured by the Canadians. Number 5, Alexander dumps it in behind the net. Over there to get it is number 16. That's Morgan. Morgan dumps it out, but it's controlled by Alexander. Alexander brings it back across the red line, picked off there by Duncan. You know, Duncan is slow, but because he's slow, he's always in the same place, and therefore, if the puck is where he is, he can block the puck.
Absolutely, Bob. Good point. That line for USA applying a little pressure. Tony Lopez, Aaron Nitsky. Bob, I got to ask you a question. I've been thinking about this a lot recently. If I had a gun to your head and you had to, you know, with one of those two, anyone for a preference?
What were the choices again?
Aaron Nitsky and Tony Lopez, Bob.
Well, you know, here's the thing. We've been under a lot of pressure, so I think just in order to maintain, you know, some of the minority status that we've been trying to go with, I'd have to take Nitschke on that.
I couldn't agree with you more, Bob. Just a good-looking man.
Whelan muscles off the puck there. He's fighting with Corky. Corky gets it out. This is number 5, Donnie Young. Donnie Young loses to Whelan. Whelan throws it ahead. Back there to pick it up is one of the number 3s. I guess that one's Jarrett. Morley feeds it over to number 23, Surma. Surma looking for help. Surma pressured there by Smith. Smith all over the ice. Got to like him for one of the 3 stars in this game. Smith throws it ahead to Corky. Not bad enough that they have 2 number 3s on their team. They got 2 number 3s on the same ice at the same time. Comes back now. Nichols loses in his feet. Young controls. Young looking for help. Young feeds it back behind the net. Young feeds it back behind the net to number 3. Number 3 is going to be Corky. Corky trying to control it. Corky brings it up along the side. Comes back to the point now. This is Morley. Morley with a big shot. Steers it just wide. Comes along the side. Conti tries to get there. Conti with a soft play. Loses the puck on the blue line. That's what they say about Conti. Get a body on him. He's going nowhere.
Absolutely. Very one-dimensional game from Tim Conti. He pulls it off very nicely.
13:52 left to play here in the second period. 3-0 USA over Canada. Looks like we're going to have our third line out on the ice for the Americans. They'll be squaring off against going to be the first line now for the Canadians.
I couldn't tell where the first line was, Bob. I didn't think they had one.
Here's Waddell.
That's
Waddell steps in offside. Apparently they can't tell where the blue line is either.
That's right, Bob. All sorts of struggles for Team Canada.
Waddell now comes back there. Yeah, our statistician in the booth here, Derek Banning, pointing out it's quite a crowd. I'd say probably 12,000, 13,000 people. So far we are outdrawing the Thrashers for this game. Controlled over there, number 4. That's going to be the Canadian Waddell. Waddell brings it on the outside. Here's Whelan. Whelan now throws it on the outside. Whelan fighting in the near side, or the far side corner, rather. Whelan feeds it up ahead to number 9. That's McGrath.
3-on-2 here, Bob.
3-on-2 for the Americans. McGrath. McGrath looks it over to Kogan. Kogan shoots. Big save by Laporte. Still loose. Americans still scrambling. And now number 9 for the Canadians will bring it out. That's Morton. Here comes Corky up the near side. Check that. That's King. King pressured by Kogan. King loses it now to Napo. Skiba. Skiba feeds it over to Kogut. Here comes Kogut. Kogut looking for a pass. No, I'm just kidding. Kogut brings it in around the outside, dumps it in behind the net. Loose puck, and Laporte's going to hold on to that one. 12:27 left to play in the second period.
Hey, Bob, you cover for me on this commercial break. I got to take a crap like you wouldn't believe.
Yeah, that'll be fine, Zach, except this is men's league hockey. We don't have commercial breaks.
Oh, you know.
But you know what? Listen, if you got to go to the bathroom, go ahead. I don't think anyone at home is going to notice that you're not here.
All right. Well, I'll just try to hold it, and I was kidding. Bob.
Face off on the near side. That's going to be Notchke taking it. He feeds it up ahead, loses it to the Canadians. That's number 9 for the Canadians, Morton. Morton feeds it over to Waddell. Waddell tries to break in, tries that toe drag. Not going to be able to sell that today. Comes to the outside now. This is Napo. Napo brings it in for Chevrolet and Apple Pie. Napo tries to get it on the outside. Waddell now throws it up. Here's a pass. Oh, and almost picks off Morton going down there. That would have been a pass for Moose Jaw and Canadian Bacon. 11:38 now left to play in the second period. 3-0 United States. Face-off going to be to the far side here. Far side as you're watching the DVD.
Can't get anything by you, Bob.
Brad Laporte now looking to the outside. Face-off is going to be between Greg Duncan and Aaron Nitschke. Again, teammates. Nitschke, again, teammates on Thompson O'Brien. Face-off comes way out past the red line. Back to get it to Skiba. Skiba feeds it over to Verone. Verone now feeds it over. Verone feeds it over. Comes back on the outside. Number 6, this is Duncan. Duncan feeds it over. Here's a chance. Big save by Teddy Height. Here comes Skiba. Skiba fits it up to Lopez. Lopez can't get it. Come all the way down to Laporte. Laporte tries to control. Laporte feeds it over to Seed. Seed gets up into Lopez, and Lopez goes down like a fiesta on a piñata. Up along the near side boards. Here come the Canadians. Canadians now trying to get around Alexander. Alexander can't. Tries for the wraparound. Looking for help. Teddy Height looking strong. Loose puck in front. Oh, my God. How did Teddy Height make that save? Right on the doorstep was number 17, Gary Wiseman, and Teddy Height picked his pocket. All alone in the booth here. Actually, I'm going to ask Derek Benning to step in. Derek Benning stepping in as Zach is off the
What I
bathroom.
think happened there, Bob, Gary Wiseman's trying to become an American, and he felt if he'd have put that puck away, it would have denied him a chance to actually become an American citizen.
So maybe not playing for their country as much as playing for citizenship.
Smart
Now
man, Donnie Young has done the same thing.
Comes to the far side. Donnie Young asked 3 questions to become American, got all 3 wrong, still got his citizenship. Now the puck comes to the outside. Here's that's going to be number 5 on the Canadians. That's Donnie Young, just who we were talking about. Controlled on the far side now. Canadians starting to put a little pressure on. Looks like they're getting some intensity. Might be a loony too short, but they're trying. Now Conti brings it behind his net. Now, there is a rare sight right there. I mean, that is like seeing the rare Tibetan snow leopard, Tim Conti, in the defensive zone.
Yeah, it doesn't get back there very often, Bob. Again, a very one-dimensional player. Doesn't bring much to the game, but for what he's got, he really maximizes it.
That's true, but again, if you can't skate backwards, you really can't be expected to play much defense.
Absolutely.
This is Jarrett Morley. Jarrett Morley looking for help. Jarrett Morley finds none. Nichols pressures Morley. Nichols still on Morley. Nichols gives him trouble. Morley manages to get it up along the boards there to Surma. Surma feeds it behind the net. Surma goes to the far side over to number somebody or other. Looked like that might have been, I don't know who. It might have been Daw. I'm sorry, take it back. It comes back up to number 3. Now, you know what I notice is, even if I don't know their names, if I just keep talking, it sounds like I'm doing my job.
And you are doing a tremendous job.
Daw now has a chance. Daw breaks in! And the Canadians put one in. What a great play by Ryan Daw. Got that.
Actually, Bob, I think that landed on the back of the net.
Oh, so it only counts if it hits the net from the front, is
That's
what
the way
you're
they're
saying.
playing today, Bob. Yeah.
Oh, correction. So playing with the AHL rules that the goal only counts if it goes in the front of the net as opposed to hits the back of the net.
That's right, Bob. This isn't communist Russia.
Understood. Okay, well, that's very helpful. I'm glad you filled me in on that. Taking the face-off for the Canadians is going to be Morton. Morton off against Nichols, goes into the far side boards. This is still Morton. Morton behind the net, trying to tuck it in front. Morton looking for help. Conti's right there. Morton still looking. Morton trying to fight off Nichols. Gets a great pass over to Morley. Morley with the big shot. Loose in front. Height, loose it, puck in front again, and now they try to break out. This is Waddell. Waddell tries to circle around. Waddell with a shot, puts it just wide. Now it's Whelan. Whelan on the near side. Throws it around the boards. Stepping in to pick it up is King. And that puck is going to be up and out of the stands. And there's a lucky souvenir for some lucky fan.
Absolutely. Tell you what, for the same reason that you throw it to your younger brother every once in a while at Monkey in the Middle, you're kind of rooting for Canada to get a goal here, Bob.
Absolutely, because frankly, we want them to come back next year. 7:41 left to play, getting a nice crowd shot. A lot of people here in the crowd. Again, certainly more people that are going to be here than the Thrasher Florida game tonight. But then again, this is good hockey. So here we come now.
Bob, you do realize Dustin Bufflin's standing behind you, right?
Yeah, and what I mean by that is, if we didn't get that, and here comes Kogut. Kogut breaks in. Kogut shoots. Big save by Laporte there. I guess,
right out of his hands.
Wow, that was such a hard shot.
That's another example of Laporte knows Kogut is just not going to look for the pass there. Played that whole side of the net for the shot, and paid off for him.
Yeah, a lot of hockey players might have looked at McGrath, wide open, big open net in front of him, and said, hey, why don't I pass him the puck? You're just not going to count on Kogut to make that kind of mistake. Instead, he's going to put it right into the goalie, knock the stick out of his hands. May not score a goal, but it's going to look good on the replay.
Absolutely. You got to wonder if he's probably an only child, Bob.
Kogut, and as an only child, go screw yourself. Okay, puck comes along the outside now, flipped up ahead to number 17, Wiseman. Wiseman up the near side, or far side rather. Wiseman looking for help. Wiseman pass in front, nobody there but McGrath. McGrath now gets it over to Clifford. Clifford feeds it up to the one-man show. Kogut comes in. Kogut trying to get around. Kogut shoots.
Oh,
and he
shot
misses
by
the
Kogut.
net. Great shot, boy. They sure look pretty. They just don't count. Puck along the far side, dumped in now by Galecki. Goes back behind the net. There to get it is going to be King. King comes up across between the face-off circles. Feeds it up ahead to the near side. Loses it there. Stepping up on him is Lopez. Lopez tries to break it up, but King is there. King looking for help. Big shot. Loose puck. Steered aside by Height. Oh, King's got a little bit of a fan club here. Puck goes into the corner there. That's going to be number 16. That's Morgan. Morgan looking for help. Pass in front. Here's a chance. Great save by Teddy Height. Zach Vitry, my color commentary man, just told me a moment ago his favorite Simon & Garfunkel song is The Sounds of Silence.
Just absolutely a hit, Bob. I could listen to that 4 times a day.
Face-off now going to be taken by Donnie Young. Donnie Young facing off against the American. I guess that's going to be the Americans' second line there, so that'll be Nitschke Nitschke. Verone controls it behind the net. Young pressures him. Young in front. Young gets a chance. Oh, man, Verone wouldn't have liked that. Here's another shot. Oh, my goodness, what a mess. Skiba tries to get over there. This is Daw. Daw looking to try to get it out. Skiba feeds it over to Verone. My goodness, right across the crease. Verone now looking like he's scrambling a little bit. Gets it up to Nichols. Nichols misses it. Here comes Napo. Napo skates in with Lopez. Napo carries it in. Napo shoots. Big save. Lopez tries to get the wraparound. Lopez feeds it up. Great play by the Canadians. Hamilton. Here's another chance by Napo. But there to pick it up is going to be the Canadians' Brad Hamilton. Hamilton feeds it up to number 10. That's Daw. Picked off there by Napo. Napo goes in on the near side. 4:47 left to play in the second period. Still 3-0 USA.
Tell you, Bob, still some time left in the second period, but Budweiser just handed me over a little slip here. Says that tonight's functional alcoholic of the game, this is the 236th game in a row, sponsored by Budweiser, is Dan Whelan.
Oh, congratulations to Dan.
That's actually, Bob, that's just 236 games. That's just 3 games short of the record, and I believe 4 weeks short of complete kidney and liver failure.
But again, if he did not have a liver, and I do now see the cooler that's got Stan's liver there on the side of the ice. Puck now goes on the near side, brought back there to the liver man. He feeds it over, tries to circle around. Pressuring him is going to be Morton. Feeds it up ahead to Smith. Smith with that big stride. Smith goes into the corner. He might try to feed it out to Conti. Does. Here's a loose puck in front. Great save by Laporte. No, it looks like referee Dennis McIntosh lost sight of it there. 3:55 left as I try to again fill the dead air between play stoppages with my color commentary man aimlessly flipping through paperwork.
Absolutely, Bob.
Matt Nichols going to be facing off. Matt Nichols throws it into the corner, picked off by Conti. Conti feeds it in front. Oh, Nichols tries to tip it up and over his shoulder.
I don't think that was a pass from Conti. I think that was actually a shot, Bob, unfortunately.
It is hard to tell. You know, Conti with absolutely no arm strength at all, sometimes it is difficult to tell which are his shots. Waddell feeds it up to the far side.
Haynes.
Here comes a shot by Haynes. Haynes steers it just wide. Goes to the far side. That's going to be number 9. That's Morton. Morton loses it to Smith. Smith feeds it back to Nichols. Nichols and Smith now coming the inside with Conti. Nichols looking for the pass, drops it back to Whelan. Whelan tries to get into a great play to break it up there by number 27 for the Canadians. That's Haynes.
This is that first line from the Americans.
Up the far side now, circling back with it is an American with the
Cooper
4 on
Stewart.
his back.
Cooper Stewart.
Cooper Stewart feeds it up to Whelan. Whelan now comes in. Whelan on a breakaway. Whelan tries to take a shot. Oh, he goes right in over the net and over Brad Laporte.
I'll tell you, as a true hockey fan here, I just love to see that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Dan Whelan going face first in the net. You got to wonder if there's still probably a lot of vodka in his system from the last century.
You know what? That's a great point. Our statistician, Derek Benning, has just told us we've not seen Chris Duggan on the ice in quite some time, number 44. There you go. I mean, you got to wonder what's going on there.
Well, perhaps, Bob, someone was in the mood during the period break and wanted to take some further time off from hockey to try his luck conceiving.
And in fact, I did see Chris Duggan's wife here, so perhaps there was a trip to the locker room, when the time is right, the time is right. Here's a chance for the Canadians. Oh, the Americans got it a stick on and flipped it up. Jarrett Morley tries to control it and does. No, it's taken away there by Galecki. Morley waits to bring his team back into the zone. Makes a pass that would have been an offside. Drops back there. A little sloppiness by the Canadians, and Kogan's there to clean up the mess. Kogan now coming in on Surma. Surma's got to turn around to fend him off. Kogan looking for help. Kogan's got McGrath. He won't pass. Goes behind the net instead. Kogan into the near side corner. Kogan fighting, and over there to pick it up now is going to be number 16. Number 16 is Morgan. Morgan, loose puck in front. Here's Kogan. Kogan looking to feed it around the outside. Brought there by Duncan. Duncan does a great play breaking it up, and Surma controls the point. Now here comes McGrath. McGrath feeds it back to Galecki. Galecki behind the net. Galecki looking for help. Feeds it behind the net to Kogut. Kogut can't control. Kogut tries to bring it in there. Kogut looking for help. Kogut feeds it back over to McGrath. McGrath now circling. McGrath pressured by Duncan. Surma. Correction, Morley. Correction, the Canadian. It was Morley. Comes back to the point. Here's a shot by Alexander. Nicely blocked. And over there to control it is number 16. That's Morgan.
One hell of a power play by the Americans here, Bob.
Absolutely. Here come the Canadians. Here comes Morgan. Morgan's got help. Morgan shoots just wide. Puck is loose in front. 48 seconds left to here play in the first period. Controlling the puck behind the net is Stewart. No Alexander. No Stewart.
Penalty coming up, Bob.
Comes to the outside. It's going to be a penalty. Penalty against the Canadians. 30 seconds left. Teddy Height to the net. Extra skater for the Americans. Americans control the puck. Lopez feeds it over to Smith. Smith, and a nice play there to break it up. And we're going to have a penalty against the Canadians with 29 seconds left.
You'd like to see that kind of unselfishness from Luke Smith there, but probably should have just taken the shot, Bob.
That's number 16, Morgan, heading to the box. Not sure what the call is.
Yeah, it's Duggan back out on the ice there. Hard to tell if he did take a break from what we were talking about earlier. He did have a cigarette before he went back out on the ice. So
I think he's smoking right now, as a matter of fact. Puck comes behind the net. That's number 27 for the Canadians, and that's the end of the first period. Second period. So, Zach, appreciate you saying hello to your friends, but again, we're between periods. We're going to be on camera here.
That's right,
what are you
Bob.
seeing so far? You got to wonder now, the Canadians really starting to struggle a little bit. We got to wonder, do you think they're going to try to make some adjustments?
If their adjustments are play 3 more guys on the ice than the Americans, that'd probably be about the only thing that'll work for them at this point, Bob. They just look very sluggish, not into it, worn out of shape, and Canadian.
Americans looking strong. Again, the crowd continues to swell here. We've got quite a few people here coming into the game. You know, so far, I think it's really been a matter of the Americans' ability to control the puck in the Canadians' offensive zone. Those defensemen for the Americans are really controlling and keeping it into the play.
Absolutely, Bob. It goes back to what we said before the game. Americans actually have more goals than the Canadians right now, and they really have control of the game.
Again, I cannot stress it enough. You and I have said this from the very beginning. This game will be won by the team that scores the most goals, no doubt about it. So what we're trying to find out now is who do you think is going into the net for the Americans? I see that Gadoshian is on the ice. Looks like Teddy's off to the bench. If I was Pete Verone, the captain, I'll tell you what I would do. Both goaltenders playing well. What I think I would do in this situation is I'd put Gadoshian out there now while he's rested, and then maybe put Teddy in a little bit later in the game.
Quite frankly, Bob, I don't think that it matters. You could put me in net right here, halfway cocked, and I'd probably still win the game for the Americans. Wouldn't even have to put pads on.
That might be a little crazy,
Not
but
that I've been
certainly
drinking,
they're going to have
Bob.
to generate some offense. Some pretty girls on the screen now, and there's a strange person being filmed. So a lot of neat things happening here in the game. There's some disappointed Canadian fans, and is that Duggan's wife?
I believe that it is.
She looks a little tired, and her hair seems a little matted in the back.
Gotta wonder, Bob. You gotta wonder where Team Canada is.
You got to kind of wonder what's been going on.
Gotta wonder
there.
where
So,
Team Canada's priorities are right now.
25 minutes left of hockey to play.
Bob.
Still waiting still waiting to get who that penalty was. We know who the penalty was on. We were waiting what it was.
Hey, Bob, while we got this short break, I want to be sure to remind everybody to come out to a brand new sports bar that I opened in Midtown. It's first ever in Atlanta. It's an all-gay sports bar, and it's called Balls. And
Excellent.
come in, and your first drink, vodka lemonade, is on me.
Absolutely fantastic. So let's see what the Canadians are going to answer with. We haven't heard from the box what the penalty is yet, so I'm just going to make something up.
I think it was rear-ending, Bob.
The Canadian penalty number 6, Chris Morgan, 2 minutes for interference.
That's quack chant going from the crowd down there.
Anything can be called interference. I like that.
Nitschke to take the face-off now. The scoreboard trying to remind me that penalties are actually 2.5 minutes in this game, but it just sounds so stupid when you say we're going to go with 2 minutes. Pete Verone now. Pete Verone looking a little bit slow there. It looks like he's patrolling a beat instead of playing hockey, but he skates behind the net to control it. Maybe he's just not fearing the Canadian offense anymore.
Well, you could tell Pete came out here today with an intensity unmatched. He's a quarterback out on the ice, and what you don't see is what he does in the locker room. Always the first one to offer to spot you in the shower and give you assistance with your jockstrap. Just a true leader out there of men.
Absolutely. Pete Verone set a couple world records with emails being sent before this game. He controls the puck now. He'll look back for some help. Feeds it all the way over the side to Nitschke. Nitschke now circles back. Nice drop pass for Napo. Napo tries to circle in past Duggan, who's back on the ice. No go. Duggan feeds it up ahead, tries to get it to King. King can't control. King now up front. Looks like the Canadians may have made some changes. We've got the defenseman King playing in the offensive zone.
Wow, really trying to shake it up, Bob.
Here
Good
comes
call.
Steven, picked off by Waddell. This could be trouble. Waddell with the toe drag, gets in front.
What a
Waddell.
move.
Oh, what a play. Great job by Pete Verone to keep it under control. Waddell still has the puck. No help. This is going to be number 9, Morton. Morton looking for help. Feeds it up along the boards. Going to be back and controlled by King. King just pressuring into the offensive zone, still in the same place. Down along the far side, that looks like it might be Morton again. Morton tries to feed it, can't do it, nobody there. Yeah, that's a great call. We have started Gadoshian for the third period, so again, we have a new American goalie. This is Whelan coming up the near side. Whelan feeds it up ahead to Nichols. Nichols can't control. Over there to pick it up is Hamilton. Hamilton looking around. Hamilton feeds it up, picked off by Whelan. He takes a little bit of a bump there from Morton. Back across the red line now is Nichols. Nichols feeds it over to Whelan. Whelan looking for help. He tries to feed it to Conti, gives it instead to Nichols. Nichols comes up the near side. Nichols with a shot, steered aside by Laporte. Nichols behind the net still controls it. He's pressured by Seed. Gets it over to Smith. Smith tries to bring it to the outside. Smith brings it to the point. This is Whelan. Whelan looking to take a shot. Whelan throws it in, brings it back to Conti. Back behind the net now, this is Seed. Seed is pressured by Nichols. Nichols brings it to the outside to Waddell. Waddell controls the puck. Waddell gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton now circles down inside his own zone, feeds it over to Seed. Seed now looking for an outlet pass. Canadians changing on the fly. Canadians feeds it over to Wiseman. Wiseman gets it picked
That's a
off by
lazy
Whelan.
play.
That was a lazy play by Wiseman. Whelan might make a play. Whelan comes in, tries to feed it over, drops it back instead to Smith. Misses the pass, but Clifford picks it up. Score! Oh, my God. Gary Wiseman is going to want that one back. A lazy play on the near side. Whelan picked it off and turned it into disaster.
That's right, Bob. You got to think, hypothetically speaking, if you were someone in the press box doing shots for every American goal, it's probably a bad idea at this point.
Canadian currency continues to be devalued by the second here as it's 4-0 U.S. over Canada. Taking the face-off now is Kogut. Kogut feeds it back there. This is going to be number 23. Now you're going to start to wonder about the shutout. 23 now goes to the outside. Again, the Americans come into pressure. Americans behind the net. This is going to be Kogut. Kogut tries to control. Nice play there by the Canadian defenseman. Correction, that was, Canadian defenseman Corky. Corky meets it up along the outside. Corky bangs it. Galecki gets it over to Kogut. Kogut takes the pass. Can't control it. Morley on Kogut. Comes around the outside. Galecki feeds it out in front. Can't control it. This comes back. Shot from the defensive point. That was, I guess that was going to be Alexander.
Great accidental pass by Brad Kogut there.
She got it wrong. It's Clifford from Wheeling. No. She only had Clifford. Where's Clifford?
The American goal scored by number 91, Sean Clifford, assisted by number 49, Dan Whelan.
Here come the Americans. Duncan tips it over to Wiseman. Their teammates on Thompson O'Brien. Morgan's got it over here. Now here come the Americans the other way. This is Kogut. Kogut looking to pass it over. Does, but puts it in the skates. Kogut still with the puck. Kogut comes out in front. Kogut looking for help. Accidentally comes back to Alexander. Alexander throws it behind the net. Picked up there. Comes around and back. This is going to be a loose puck. Duncan controls. Duncan feeds it over to Wiseman. Wiseman looking to make up for that horrific, terrible atrocity of the play that he made a few moments ago. Feeds it over to number 3. That was Jarrett Morley. Jarrett Morley on offense. Cats and dogs living together, world living upside down. Jarrett Morley's in the offensive zone. Coming up the near side now, controlled there by number 23. That's Surma. Surma now trying to keep it in. Surma can't, comes all the way back. Here's going to be a chance for the Americans. Napo feeds it over to Kogut. Kogut tries to tip it in, can't do it. Napo tries to throw it on the outside, can't. Comes along the boards there. It's controlled by Lopez. Lopez in front. Score! Brad Kogut with a nice backhanded tip-in. Pass comes across from Lopez, and now it's 5-0 Americans.
Great setup in the zone there, Bob. You wonder where that line, it's a talented line, you wonder where they've been all game, and finally show up here when it doesn't matter.
There's the face-off now. Comes to the outside. This is Lopez. Lopez looks defeated on the inside. Canadians starting to look a little bit demoralized now. You got to wonder if Captain Marty Seed will make some changes. Comes along the outside. This is Lopez. That's going to be the other 3, Corky. comes back to Verone. Verone dumps it into the zone, goes back behind. Laporte will have to help out King. King circles on the far side, brings it up on the outside. He's turned back there by Nitschke and Lopez. Goes around to the outside. This is going to be Corky now. Corky looks to feed it up ahead to King does. King's got Young. He's also got Daw coming down the far side. King tries to control. Loosened puck picked up there by Skiba. Comes to the outside. Loose puck in front over to the top of the net. Comes to the outside. Now here come the Americans. Coming up the far side, rather. This is going to be Napo. Napo feeds it back. That play is going to be offsides. Donnie Young brings it back into the zone to King. King brings it across the blue line. King muscles his way through. King still carrying the puck. Still carrying the puck. Brings it in. He's going to take a shot. Loose puck in front. Great try.
Outstanding save. Now you see why they call him a woogie on skates, as he's known inside the Canadian locker room there.
The American goal scored by number 17, Brad Kogut. Assisted by number 88, Tony Lopez, and number 19, Sean Napo.
Face-off now going to be to the right or left of
The right of the goalie.
Ocean.
It's the right of the
right
goalie, Bob.
Goes to the outside. For those of you who don't know, we're on the opposite side of the ice, so we have to reverse everything, having a little bit of trouble.
And
in case
also
you think
we're
we're
not
drinking in the booth,
professional
which we're not. And that is a great point. We are not professional commentators. Here comes Waddell. Waddell loses to the
little
outside.
one-on-one.
Here comes
Three on one.
Smith. Smith has got help coming. 3-on-1, 4-on-1. Oh, my God, it's the Alamo.
What a
Kiss it,
play.
score! Oh, my God, was there an American on the ice who didn't touch the puck? That's going to frustrate the Canadians. A deathly silent crowd here in the arena. Nothing but pity and fear for the Canadians.
Just a great goal. Just illustrates the difference between the two teams.
The American goal scored by number 6, Luke Smith. Assisted by number 34, Tim Conti, and number 16, Matt Nichols.
Nichols has a chance there.
Matt from Conti and Luke.
Correction on the goal. Number 16 scored, Matt Nichols. Assisted by number 34, Tim Conti, and number 6, Luke Smith.
Puck goes behind the net to Nichols now. Nichols tries to control it behind the Canadian net. Feeds it over into the corner. Canadians starting to look a little bit tired, a little bit run down. Conti can't control. Conti there, pressured by Seed. Seed stays on him, feeds it back to Waddell. Waddell now looking for a breakout. He's got Daw breaking down the ice, but Daw did not, Morton, but Morton didn't see it. Morton controls behind the American zone. Morton looking for help in the corner. He's pressured by Clifford. Throws it around behind the net. Collected there by Galecki. Galecki is pressured by Duncan. Duncan takes the puck. Duncan tries to feed it over to a wide-open Daw, but can't do it. Now here come the Americans. Fed up ahead to number 20, Matt Galecki. Matt Galecki in over the blue line. He's got no help. Feeds it over to Kogut. Kogut with a nice little move there on Duncan. Kogut still controls. Kogut tries to knock it down. Kogut still holding on to the puck. Kogut tries to stuff it in. Kogut gets it to the outside. Now it's picked off there and finally comes out of the American
by Brad
zone.
Kogut there.
I think Brad did
nice
do a little
finish on the
pirouette there.
double somersault.
Thrown over on the corner of the ice there was going to be number 4. That was Stewart. Stewart feeds it up, and now here come the Canadians. This is Morgan. Morgan circling back from help. Fed over now by the Americans is Galecki. Galecki pressured by number 23. That's going to be Surma. Surma turns him to the outside. This is Morley. Morley fighting for it there in the corner with Alexander. Puck comes to the outside. Now here come the Canadians. This is number 16, Morgan, bringing it down the ice. Morgan's got help. Morgan looking for the pass. Throws it out in front. Nothing but Americans there. Loose puck. Oh, my goodness. Andy Gadoshian saves the day. Gary Wiseman had a wide open loose puck, and Andy Gadoshian robbed him.
Yeah, instead of burying that puck, he did a nice little acrobatic move there. At this point, you got to figure the American goalie Gadoshian's forgotten what a puck looks like, so it's amazing that he even saved that.
Now, Zach, one of the things I wanted to ask you about this game is today Pete Verone wearing the number 22, normally my jersey. Do you think people in the stands are confused that maybe it's me out there playing and not Pete Verone?
Absolutely not, Bob, because Pete's a hell of a player, and you're really terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm going to go home now because my feelings have been hurt. Pressuring over the zone there, getting physical is Corky. Corky pins him into the boards. Digging the puck out is Donnie Young. Donnie Young gets it taken away by Nitschke. Nitschke feeds it over to Lopez. Lopez looking for help. Comes back to number 4. Comes over to the outside, thrown in there, and Brad Laporte makes a save.
Interesting note, Matt, last shift there, Matt Galecki, he's all over the ice there. Talked to him before the locker room. This is actually his only his second time on skates, Bob.
That is remarkable.
Quick learn, I suppose.
All evidence to the contrary. 14:41 left to play here in the game. 6-0. It's been all USA. You got to wonder, if we get a shutout, who gets the credit? We've had 2 goalies in net for the Americans.
That's a hell of a point, Bob. I'd say probably me, or since you just jinxed them, not going to be a shutout.
Puck comes behind the net now. This is Skiba, feeds it over to Verone. Verone now throws it up along the boards to Lopez. Lopez is pressured there by Duggan. Loses it to Napo. Napo tries to spin around. He is manhandled. He is treated like a little girl. He is crushed into the ice like a mouse by number 27, Haynes. Puck comes to the outside. Donnie Young looking to chase it. Speaking of mice, Donnie Young now takes it up, throws it up along the far side. He gets it over to Daw. Daw tries to feed it, but Lopez is there. Lopez gets his pass picked off by Young. Young now tries to bring it into the zone. 4 Canadians in. Tries to feed it over. Here's a chance for the Canadians. Steered aside by Gadosian. Puck comes along the outside to Lopez. Lopez gets it picked off. Here's a shot by Corky. Loose puck in front. Almost a chance for the Canadians. Broken stick on the ice. Skiba's got no stick. He's having a fight for it. That'll make an inexpensive afternoon for that young man. Puck comes to the outside now. This is going to be the Canadians trying to circle back, and they do. Duggan carries it in. He's risky. 3-on-1. Americans got caught on a change. Here's a shot by Duggan. Oh, what a play by Pete Verone. Sacrifices his body to make the save. And now it's going to be Matt Nichols all the way. Matt Nichols all by himself. Matt Nichols shoots. Saved by Brad Laporte, who again, cowardly way, puts the net off the net. Correction. Puck is in the net.
The refs did not see it as usual. They called a hooking on Lance Haynes there.
Canadian penalty number 27, Lance Haynes. 2 minutes, 30 seconds for hooking. Tough to see on the replay here. We're trying to take a look to see if that puck might have gone in the net, but no goal, and probably doesn't matter. 6-0 now. Comes back to the outside. Good clearing play there by the Canadians. Marty Seed's going to chase it down. Marty Seed chasing it down like a water buffalo in heat. Throws it to the outside. Conti there to pick it off. Marty Seed looking to rally his Canadians, trying to be an inspiration. Look at him. He's all over the ice. Here comes Conti. Conti gets a pass up to Smith. Smith brings it to the near side, far near side. Smith now looking for help. Smith still looking for help. Gets it over to Clifford. Clifford brings it back. Gets it back to Smith. Loses control. Comes back to Nichols. Americans doing a great job working the puck around in the power play. Here comes Clifford. Clifford going to take a shot. Clifford brings it back. Clifford brings it back to Nichols. Nichols tries to walk in. Can't do it. Loose puck in front. Nichols still controls. He's fought off the puck by King. Comes back in front. Great play there to come back is both King and it looks like also maybe couldn't catch the number. Marty Seed now. Marty Seed is just cherry picking, trying to bring it down, trying to get his team back in it. Here comes Clifford. Clifford comes back on the far side. Clifford comes along, tries to throw it to Conti. Nobody there to help. He feeds it back to Smith. Smith gets it over. Smith loose in front to Nichols. Nichols to Whelan. Whelan, nice backhand pass to Clifford. Clifford all the way across now to gets it to Conti. Conti tries to set it up. Smith going in. Brings it back to Nichols. Nichols throws it around behind the boards. That's going to be Clifford. Clifford throws it back behind the boards there, but it's picked up by King. King will control. Clifford on him, though. He gets it over to Hamilton. Hamilton feeds it up along the boards to Waddell. Waddell gives it back to Hamilton. Hamilton looking for the breakout pass. He's got it to King. Here's going to be a chance for King. King comes in. King shoots, and he scores! True to form, you were right. I jinxed the shutout. King puts Canada on the board.
Yeah, Bob, go ahead and give yourself an assist on that King goal there, buddy.
Goal scored by number 2. King, Bob Furr on the assist.
I believe he's even got a first name, and it's Darren.
That was from Hamilton, right?
Hamilton and Bob Furr, yep.
And Waddell gave it to Hamilton.
You like to see that for Team Canada. You'd just turn into a blowout. You know, everybody wanted that one goal that they were going to score. You like to see that happen by an old cagey veteran.
10 minutes left to play in the game. 6-1. Canadians are right back in it. Americans hanging by a thread.
I know it came from Brad and Keelan and Waddell.
Here come the Americans now. This is Kogut. Kogut comes to the outside. Kogut looking for help. Got the Americans spread around. That's a shorthanded goal by the Canadians there on that breakout play. Here comes Alexander walking in. Oh, just goes to the outside. Sorry. And chasing it back now is McGrath.
Bob.
Stewart, it was Stewart. You're correct. But again, not a professional broadcaster.
No, you're doing a hell of a job, though, Bob.
King scored from Hamilton and Waddell.
Here come the Americans now. This is going to be number 4. He brings it to the outside. That's Stewart. Stewart throws it in front to Kogut. Kogut tries to get it. Can't do it. This is Alexander. Alexander throws it back on the net. Loose puck. Galecki can't knock it down. Galecki in the far side corner. Throws it back behind the legs of Morley. Morley, this is Kogut. Kogut. Morley takes it off his stick. Kogut now looking to get some help. Galecki circles back. Throws it back to Galecki. Galecki with a pass across. What a great play. Oh, and he misses the net. Great chance for McGrath. Canadian goal. It's a shorthanded goal scored by number 2, Darren King, assisted by number 18, Brad Hamilton, and number 4, Mark Waddell. Puck behind the net now. Canadians trying to put pressure on, trying to get back in this game. Loose puck. Fists get up there. And I noticed, does it look like we've got Teddy Height back in the net now? Teddy Height back in the net for the Americans. Referee goes down. Loose puck. Here comes Lopez. Lopez brings it up across the border. Here comes Napo. Napo now trying to break it in. Broke it up there beautifully by Morley, but Napo gets by, but a great backup play by Duggan to break things up. Here's Lopez with another chance. Feeds it over to Napo. Napo tries to give it back to Lopez. Lopez is in position to put it into place. Correction, that was Nitschke. You're correct. Nitschke, actually.
That's a
Here
good
come
looking,
the Canadians.
That's a good-looking line out there, Bob. I've had a chance to play with a lot of these guys, and tell you that Sean Napo and Cooper Stewart, 2 good-looking players out there. Haven't had a chance to play with them, but boy, I bet they're dynamite in the shower. A couple of good-looking guys.
And here's a shot by the Canadians again, steered aside by Height. And speaking of Sean and good-looking, have you seen Sean Clifford's wife?
Absolutely not. Is he way out of his league, Bob?
Way out of his league. I mean, there's Marion up, and then there is Marion from the base to the top of Mount Everest, and Sean Clifford climbed that mountain 3 or 4 times to get her.
Well, if you don't mind me asking, where is she, Bob?
I don't know. I saw her down in the stands earlier before. I think she was talking to a couple other dudes, though. Here comes the Canadians now. This is Skiba. Skiba tries to break in. He can't do it. Now Napo chasing him over there. Napo tries to circle into the corner. Napo feeds it in front. Can't do it. Broken up there beautifully by Duggan. Duggan not looking anywhere near as fat and slow as we thought we would see him, having not being played this season. Here comes another chance by King. King with the big shot. Teddy's got to control it. Gets his own rebound. Loose in front. Teddy Height cleans up the mess.
Absolutely.
Boy, King trying to make it a one-man show here. 6-1.
Just this in from another one of our sponsors, a TCBY soft serve player of the game, Bob, Tim Conti.
Congratulations on Tim Conti, another consecutive soft serve win for Tim Conti.
Soft player of the game, Tim Conti, again, usually winning that award on most games. Just a soft player, Bob. Actually took off from squirts until beer league because he was so afraid of the checking aspect of the game.
A lot of criticism, very close friendship between Tim Conti, the player on the ice right now, and Bob Furr, the general manager of Team Canada. Here's a shot by King. Oh, what a beautiful shot. Some people kind of wondering, if that may have played a role in Tim Conti making the team.
Certainly
King now throws it along the far side. He gets it back to Waddell. Canadians looking a little better, but, I'd say it's $1 late and a toonie short.
Yep, absolutely. You got to wonder
Pass
at this
in front
point.
to Conti.
Team
Conti
Canada,
now tries to feed it up ahead. He's got Smith breaking. Brad Hamilton will have none of that.
I guess
they're
that
going to
was
have to
too,
play and gets it back to Smith. Smith now looking to make a shot. Smith with the shot. Oh, and a beautiful glove save by Brad Laporte. If only he'd had that glove in the first period.
Oh, absolutely. And this is that first line for the American team. They really shined in the first period. Kind of took the second period off, but they're back again in the third, and they're looking pretty good here.
So 6:20 left in the game, 6-1 American. Maybe this would be a good time for us to go over the overtime and tie rules for our fans at home.
I don't think so, Bob.
Nichols loses the face-off. He looked a little soft serve on that one, and now here come the Canadians. Brad Hamilton trying to do something for his country. Oh, and he's got the man wide open. This is Morgan. Morgan looking to get it over. Morgan to try to do one for the Queen. Morgan trying to do the Queen. Morgan brings it to the outside, comes behind the net. This is number 17 now, Wiseman. Wiseman fighting it. Wiseman gets in front. Here's a pass in front to number 6. That's Duncan. Duncan with really some chicken-like arms on that player. He might have had a chance. Brought out to the outside now. Here come the Americans. That's number 17, Wiseman, fighting again. We are calling Wiseman's name an awful lot.
Yep.
Here come the Americans. Here comes Smith. Smith with a shot, and he scores! Luke Smith with another big goal, and you got to be thinking the Canadians just want it to be over.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it just ended. Put me out of my misery at this point. You got to figure the Canadians know at this point that they're buying the beer for tonight, and you can't help but wonder if they started drinking it in the first period there, Bob.
There you see that replay on the screen, folks, and I mean, the shot and Brad's glove just in 2 different time zones there. Donnie Young taking the face-off against Kogut, comes to the outside. This goes back to the Canadian defenseman. That's going to be Surma. Surma figures it ahead to Kogut, and I'll tell you what's great. With now just 4 minutes left in the game, I'm starting to learn the players' numbers and can remember their names.
Absolutely. It'd be just perfect for next time for couple years from now, the game.
Number
that we'll
3
have.
now brings it in. Here's a shot by Dawes, lost by Teddy Height there. Comes around behind the net. Now this is going to be Alexander. No, it's going to be Stewart. No, it's going to be Alexander. No, it's going to be Stewart. He brings it up ahead to Kogut. Kogut circling back there with McGrath. Kogut takes a shot. Wide pass to McGrath. He's just wide open, and Laporte's going to hold on.
Yep. Biggest question when Kogut's carrying the puck down the ice is probably going to be a slapper or a wrist shot. You know, Bob?
It looked like McGrath maybe took a run at Kogut there, maybe just getting a little bit frustrated about, just one pass, I think, is probably all.
Certainly, yeah. I think sitting up here in the booth, I've gotten as many passes from Kogut as everybody else on the team combined, Bob.
Here's a shot from the outside. Oh, almost a chance for Galecki.
6-4, and they do not keep track of how many goals are scored by 6.
The American goal scored by number 6, Luke Smith. Number 4, Cooper Stewart on the assist.
Here come the Americans now. This is number 5, Donnie Young, trying to circle it in there, and he can't. Here come the Americans now. This is Galecki. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for Galecki and Cooper. Stewart comes in. Galecki takes a shot. Loose puck in front. Stewart tries to get in front. Nobody there but Canadians.
Saw those two on the 2-on-1 there, Bob. They're roommates. Had a little tiff, spent the night apart last night, but they do have some pretty good chemistry.
Another case of hurt feelings as Owen Corky tries to bring it in. Owen Corky tries to wrap around. Teddy Height shuts down the door. 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. 3:37. Got to start to be thinking about those 3 stars here in the booth. Certainly, you're going to think that Luke Smith is going to be one of them, maybe the first. Who else are you looking at, Zach?
Well, just an all-around strong team effort by Team America here. A lot of good offensive power. That first line sure did look good. You got to talk about Matt Nichols when you talk about player of the game. Certainly Luke Smith, and you can't forget about their captain back there on D, Pete Verone. A lot of guys out there that deserve it. Certainly going to be a hard decision there, Bob.
And an intentional block shot by Pete Verone, by the way.
Napo now controls in his own zone, tries to bring it up along the far side board, circles back on correction in the Canadian zone. He's chased there by Corky. No, correction, that was going to be Surma on that play. Surma muscles him. Lopez gets the puck in front. Lopez with a shot right in front is Napo. Oh, and what a save by Brad Laporte. If he had about 15 more of those saves, this game would be a lot closer.
I'll tell you what, you're right, Bob. You're right. And by the way, we might call it security. Somebody let a loony bin here loose in our box.
I believe so. We are trying to keep it a family show here. 2:40 left to play. Here comes King. King trying to do it himself for the Canadians. Doesn't he know that England has a queen? Here comes Waddell. Waddell passes it over. Loose in front. Oh, a great chance for the Canadians, but Skiba cleans up the mess. Only about 2:30 left to play. Lopez feeds it over. This is going to be a breakaway for Napo. Napo comes in off the pass from Lopez. He shoots. Oh, and a big, soft, gushy, squishy, yucky shot by Napo. But quite the opposite from Skiba with the big goal.
Buried it.
So an interesting play there. A marshmallow shot from Napo, but Skibo comes in with the hot chocolate, cleans up the mess. Here we see it on the replay now. Comes back out to the outside. Here's Skiba just coming in, rifles that shot. Boy, I'll tell you, I hope Brad Laporte's neck isn't going to be sore from looking behind himself all night. One of the biggest talkers all week, threatening that we didn't want him taking the ice with a vendetta. Apparently, they wanted him taking the ice with the vendetta.
He certainly didn't take the ice as much as anything. I don't even know if he's got a glove or blocker on there, Bob.
Here comes Conti now. Conti breaks in across the zone. Now this is going to be Hamilton controlling it. Down to 146.
Bob, probably a good time for Team Canada into looking into pulling their goalie and putting in Jesus Christ.
The American goal just coming into the booth now.
27-19.
Scored by number 27, Rob Skiba. Assisted by number 19, Sean Napo.
Here comes Luke Smith now. Luke Smith with another shot. Luke Smith looking for the hat trick. Might have it already. We haven't been keeping track. Comes back to the outside now. Just 1:11 left to play. 1:10 winding down for the Canadians.
Last minute to play in the period. 1 minute.
I look to see the Canadians trying to score a goal and the Americans trying to stop them from scoring a goal. And then what I also expect to see here in the last period is the Americans trying to score a goal and the Canadians stopping them, and also vice versa. Because again, Zach, I have to keep coming back to that point we made at the onset of our broadcast. The team that scores the most goals is going to win this game. And I see the Canadians have put up the white flag. They're running the clock. 30 seconds left. This one's about to be over.
Absolutely, Bob. I think just in general as a country, Canadians waving the white flag.
Whistle on the play, 20 seconds left. This might end the game here under a dead clock. Clock starting to wind down, 8 seconds left. It looks like the game's going to end.
Yep, there's that white flag. Big win for Team USA.
Ladies and gentlemen, the final score, the United States of America 8, the Socialist Republic of Canada 1. And now your 3 stars of the game. For the third star for the Americans, the captain, number 22, Pete Ferrone. The second star for the Americans, the assistant captain, number 16, Matt Nichols. And the first star of the game for the Americans, number 6, Luke, I am your father, Smith. Ladies and gentlemen, how about a big hand for our Canadian-American skaters and the second annual Paul Troncalli Memorial United States versus Canada hockey game. Thank you to everyone for coming. We appreciate your support. Thanks to all our players. Have a great day.
Hey, Bob. 3 Federals.
So Zach, let's wind it up here as we leave. As we leave here for the end of the game. A great game by both teams. You know, I think at the end of the day, the Americans just a little bit stronger, soup to nuts, a little bit more speed. But I got to tell you, in fairness to the Canadians, as I look at the roster, so many Federals on the roster, so many players that are used to playing together, you have to wonder if that didn't work against the Canadians.
Absolutely. Although there were some stars for the Americans, I couldn't help but notice that it was an all-around team effort. It's a lot better camaraderie. You could tell they came together better for the game. As far as Team Canada, you know, good news for them is that they all live in America now, which is huge. Also, with the Americans, we're all probably going to get blackout drunk after the game here.
And you would wonder if now any of the Canadians, having seen the outcome of this game, will try to appeal to play for Americans next year. So a really great game. And again, Zach, we come back to it. You know, you and I said it. We said whoever scored the most goals was going to win the game. The Americans scored 8 goals. The Canadians scored 1 goal. Guess who won the game? The Americans. So I'm Bob Furr for Zach Vitry, for everyone here at Phillips Arena. It's been a great day, a great game. The second annual Paul Troncalli Memorial U.S.-Canada game. If we can get the camera down on the ice now, we see Pete Ferrone skating out with the Paulie Cup, the trophy for the game. Folks, that's all from here. We'll just get a parting shot here of the 2 teams as they celebrate with the trophy. I'm Bob Furr. This is Zach Vitry. This is Phillips Arena, and this is Atllanta Amateur Hockey League hockey.
We did go shower with him, right?
Hey, which one is, what's his face is white?
Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been handed a correction on the stars. The stars for tonight's game were voted on by Zach Vitry, and the correction is the first star of the game is Zach Vitry.